I mean...
Hello. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Oh, fuck, the transition took some of my time away. Aw, shit, aw, fuck. Hello, Ashley. Thank you for the first. Hello, Vixie. Thank you for the 41. Hello, Ray. Hello, Groot. Hello, and Goblin. Welcome on in. It's your first time here. Hello. Hello, 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 everyone. I am very excited to be talking about one of my favorite movie series today. I definitely was not forced. I want to be here. Hello, Cow. Hello, 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 everyone. In preparation for the stream, I made a Word document that is so large it lags out my browser, so this should be fun. But yes, if you have seen the video I posted on Blue Sky, I have 2 hours to get through all this, or else I will die. So I think maybe we should be okay as long as I don't get too angry. There are definitely a couple films later on that I will be mad at. But hopefully we can get through everything. We can get everything ranked in its proper place, and then Jigsaw will approve and let me go because I now know the value of my life. But chat, do you know the value of your life? No, you don't. You have to... Your test is sitting through the stream. If you can make it through the stream, then congratulations. You can live. All right. I was trying to think about Lily. Hi, Lily. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Literally could not have done the stream without Lily Rue. Thank you so much. Are these still broken? Kind of. They kind of are still broken. That's okay, though. But I was trying to think about the first time I saw a Saw. And I really couldn't come up with a specific moment. I think maybe in high school, I got really into, what would you call it? Like, exploitation horror. Like, I just wanted to watch, like, the most fucked up, twisted shit all the time. And I feel like for an angsty teenager, Saw is a great place to start. Just in terms of presentation, in terms of all... It's basically a playground for blood and guts and gore, Saw. They're just playing games all the time. And... I think we'll get into this here in a little bit. Did you watch a Serbian film? Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, we are trauma bonded from that. I have unfortunately seen a Serbian film. I have unfortunately seen, what was that one guinea pig movie, Mermaid in a Manhole? Yeah, Jigsaw plays with his toys. But I feel like what makes Saw such a strong franchise are the rules. You know, the rules of the game. You know, so each film is like a new iteration on the game with different rules and things. Have you seen the Pain Olympics? I did not. You know, I would... It's so funny. I was into, like, quote-unquote, like, fucked up shit, but I was never on Live Leak. I was never trying to see anything real. I was just trying to see, like, fucked up horror movies. Because, like, the Live Leak shit, and, like, Pain Olympic shit, that would make me physically ill. But as long as, like, I knew in my head it was fake, then I could stomach it. So let's get into it. So like I said, I think the reason Saw works as a franchise is because there are rules. I feel like there's a better way to word this. Creativity works better with boundaries. You kind of have to have certain things to hold you back to really let the creativity shine. You have to have certain rules in place. Because if you kind of throw all the rules out the window, it's like, yeah, you can do anything, but then it doesn't make for a very interesting story now, does it? Hello, Cass. Yes, I am very mad I missed Booba in Fortnite. I do love Booba. You back me up and help me convince Ashley to stream the Saw video. Yeah, Ashley, I didn't even know that was on the table. You should absolutely stream the Saw video game sometime. I think that would be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but I don't want to do it. But I think it would be fun for you. It'd be fun for you and Cow to stream Saw 360. Is it Lost Media? I saw Germa play it. I'm sure it exists floating around somewhere. Maybe you can check the archive. But yes, there are certain things about Saw. Hello, Oleski. Welcome, welcome. I think visually, Saw has some of the strongest aesthetics of any horror film or franchise. They do a lot of creative transitions between scenes. They do a lot of match cuts. There's a like really crazy one that was going around online a few months or a few years ago, where it's like someone turning and then it cuts perfectly to someone opening a door in a police station. Really nice. But also like the kind of twitchy camera work, the shaking your head around and with like the missing frames in between. The kind of desaturated, high contrast, like grimy early aughts aesthetics. Oh yeah, the one where they crash through a mirror into the next scene is crazy. I only see people make fun of the edit, but I think it's rad. That's what I love about this. It's specifically the kind of that's rad. It's rad because it's dumb. It's so stupid and over the top, but if you have joy in your heart, you're like, oh fuck yeah, this is the shit. Every Saw movie also has at least one twist at the end. Something, they will usually truss up this twist with egregious flashbacks, which in a movie series that has 10 films, the amount of flashbacks that they're able to do and like pull stupid details from whatever that you thought were unimportant, and suddenly they're important now. Exactly. It doesn't have to be good. In fact, it's only good about 50% of the time. But there is always a sort of a twist in your expectations. Like, you think you know where it's gonna go, and then, oh, nope, just kidding, let me show you how wrong you are. And, of course, we have the elaborate traps that are the bread and butter of the Saw movies. And these traps' purpose is to test people. Specifically, people who, according to Jigsaw, don't cherish their life. His whole deal, I guess he's like even though he quote-unquote never kills anyone, he's sort of like a missionary killer in that way. Where he's like, I am going to show you the error of your ways, and it is up to you to endure my fucked up little game, and then come out the other side a quote-unquote better person. Live or die, make your choice. We're going to talk about killing is distasteful. And so, in a franchise this big, sometimes you get kind of lost in the weeds. Like the Friday the 13th movies, like they start out pretty normal and then Jason goes to space. And it's like, how did we get here? But Saw kind of has very specific eras because different films, there is more than one ending to Saw, technically. They tried like multiple times to sort of wrap it up and say, okay, that's the end of the story. Saw 1 through 3 is the John Kramer arc. A lot of Tobin Bell. This is like the main canon of Saw. Everything else comes from these 3 films. 4 through 3D, the final chapter, quote unquote, is all about Detective Hoffman. Cunty little Detective Hoffman. I should say full spoilers here, obviously. But Hoffman is... He is one of Jigsaw's accomplices, but he's kind of angling to sort of take over the whole bit. And his era is mainly about like cat and mouse games with the police. Hoffman is, of course, a detective, and we're gonna get into more of that later. Yeah, his dipshit student. And then you have Jigsaw and Spiral, which are kind of the black sheep of the family. They're set way after, well, you think they're set way after John Kramer has died in 3. And we'll get into it later, but Jigsaw and Spiral, they kind of veer more into procedural territory rather than a Saw movie. But now with Saw X going all the way back to, where John Kramer kind of first gets scorned with his cancer diagnosis, Amanda's around again. Saw X is a really fantastic film, and it's a little unfortunate that the future of the franchise is kind of up in the air now. But Saw X, I think, is definitely a new era, or if it's not the start of a new era, it's at least different enough from Jigsaw and Spiral to be on its own. But of course, Saw started as a short film in 2003, directed by James Wan. It was actually, James Wan and Leigh Whannell collaborated on this short in order to get the first Saw movie made, which ended up being James Wan's directorial debut. And now he's such a huge name in horror because of this. And the Saw short film, it's available online for free on YouTube. You can go watch it. It's not bad. It's extremely low budget, but the story is solid. The design of the bear trap, which is featured in the short film, is iconic for a reason. If they only had one, they had like one trap they could do, and I think they picked the perfect one. I think it does the scene that is in the first film better. I don't know. I do like Leigh Whannell as an actor. I think he's actually pretty good, and I do really like his performance in the short. Think about the cunty Mike guy from the first Saw movie. Yes. But Saw the short film. Some people say it's as good or better than the first actual film. I think it's good. I mean, it's good enough to where it started a whole 10 film franchise. I do enjoy it. I'm gonna pop it an A. Like, it's definitely worth watching if you're a fan of horror or if you just want to see the origin of these films. Pretty good foundation of the story. But, oh, I forgot. In the short film, Billy has a cunty little hat. He has a gay little hat that does not show up in the rest of the films. He still has, I don't remember if he had his little sparkly shoes in the original short, but he does have a silly little hat. I'm a little sad they got rid of the hat. The hat was cute. He just looks like a little lad. Saw. Oh man. This movie's so good. Of course, you got James Wan directing, Leigh Whannell writing, Dream Team. You have the iconic reverse bear trap. It is the best trap in the movie. There's an argument to make for the bathroom trap, but the bathroom ends up becoming more than just an escape room. It ends up having bigger ramifications, like when Zepp goes to, kill Dr. Gordon's family. But, oh man, nothing beats that bear trap. Oh, and there's also a couple other traps that are sort of briefly shown, like the guy who has to crawl through razor wire. And some of these, like, this is where you get the first taste of Jigsaw's kind of inconsistent morality, because Amanda there is in the bear trap because she's a drug addict. And then I think this is the one where the guy that had to crawl through the razor wire was suicidal. And so it's like, okay, that Telling people who are drug addicts and mentally ill that they don't value your life is kind of crazy. Whoa! You know what else is crazy? Is Firmth rating. Thank you so much, Firmth. Hello, everyone. My name is Odd. I'm a ghost haunting a video rental store, but today I'm haunting a bathroom because we are talking about all of the Saw movies. We are going through and talking about them and ranking them, and I have to do it in under 2 hours or else I will die. Welcome on in, Firmth. I hope you had a great stream. Always a pleasure to see you. Let me make sure I did this right. Thank you for bringing your community on over. Take it easy. Get some rest. Get some dinner. And yeah, thank you. Don't waste any time. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. Please. But yes, I do think another a thing that really helped push this to being the franchise starter that it was is the goddamn gay shit. The bond between these two guys right here. It set off a wave of 1,000 fan edits, 1,000 fanfics. Like Adam and Gordon, love them. Especially at the end, where Adam, of course, still chained, begs Gordon, who did in fact saw his foot off, not to leave him. And then this has nothing to do with anything, but toward the end, when Adam like beats Zep to death with the toilet lid, or the lid of the tank on the toilet, that I think that's almost the most gruesome kill. You saw Naruto in the exact same way. This is true. But I do think the most gruesome kill has to go to Adam just getting left for dead in the bathroom. I mean, they go back later and change that too. But for now, I think him just being locked alone in here, it's... I think a death by neglect, by sitting in the dark and slowly starving to death, is more gruesome than, getting stabbed or cut up or whatever. Yes, the game over is so iconic when it's revealed that the dead man in the bathroom that's been with them the entire time is in fact the masterpiece behind it all, John Kramer. That final game over is just the perfect end to a pretty perfect horror movie. So I'm putting it an S. I really think, if this one wasn't so good, we wouldn't have all of these and some that are not so good. But yes, S for Saw. Love Saw 2004. Saw 2. Some people say this is better than the first one. I disagree. But it's still a fun premise, and especially getting to see Amanda again and having her be in this group and sort of acting like a shepherd. Of course, we figure out why this happens later, because, surprise, surprise, Amanda is now working for Jigsaw after having been, quote-unquote, saved by him. But Saw 2 is the one that takes place in a big house. It's a group of people who seemingly have nothing to do with each other, all trapped together. They are told that if they do not escape, the house will fill with gas and kill them all. Sarin gas. And the connection between them all is that they were all arrested by the same corrupt cop. And the whole game is really to punish this one guy. His son gets kidnapped. It's a whole thing. Blah, 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 blah. I think the opening trap for this, people who are afraid of needles, I'm sure the pit is horrific too. But the key in the eye thing, that's a hell of an opening. Yeah, needle pit my beloathed, absolutely. Welcome on in, Aaliyah. Yeah, the key in the eye thing I thought was really brutal, really strong way to start. But some of the other ones, like the woman who reaches through the sort of like closing glass door to try and get out the cure for the gas, and then she just ends up cutting her arms to death. Like that one was okay. There's a couple other ones. But oh yes, I do enjoy the gun door, where they unlock the wrong door and a shotgun goes off. I believe that's the first death, not including Key Guy. I've used that for an edit before. But yeah, I think Saw 2, it's the first time they do a big group like this. There are other group traps later on as well. But I think it was solid. I sort of liked I don't know, I like disparate groups of people getting together and being forced to survive an insane situation. Although, of course, no one here really survives. What was the name? Oh, yes, it says Xavier. Okay. Xavier kind of goes off the deep end. He puts together that everyone trapped has numbers on the back of their head that open the combination to the safe that will let them out. And so he just starts chopping heads off. He just starts fucking killing people, which is definitely different from other Saw movies where they kind of... There's not really opportunity for the other victims to sort of directly inflict violence on each other. It's usually part of some Jigsaw's game. But this dude was just like, no, I'm grabbing a pipe. I'm going to start hitting people. And then, of course, it ends in a similar fashion to Saw 1 with Amanda sealing the corrupt cop inside the house. Game over style. Yeah, Xavier is the most annoying motherfucker. Solid. Hello, hot grandma. Welcome on in. Could he not just look at their scalp? No! No, he has to kill them! That's true. He did leave a spiked battery. Maybe he brought that from home. I don't know. Oh, and of course, James Wan only directed the first Saw film. He did that. He was like, alright, I made Peak. I'm gonna dip now. Hello, Ariane. Yeah, hi. Oh, I used your, shoot name. Yari. Hi, Yari. So Darren Lynn Bozeman, he does this. I think he does a good job. He captures the feel that James Wan set up. It's fine. It's good. I like it. It's solid. I'll put it an A. Government name. Yeah, the nya is in your government name. God, the needle pit is so fucking brutal, though. And it's not even the fact that it exists, it's the fact that Amanda gets shoved in. The fact that I believe Xavier again is like, oh, you used to be a drug addict, right? I'll fucking put you in there. You know, you should be used to this. That's mean. That's not nice. Saw 3! Saw 3. This is one of the gayest ones, and it is the most lesbian one, which is nice. Also directed by Darren Lynn Bozeman, also written by Lee Whannell. This is, I believe it is the last Saw movie written by Lee Whannell. And this, of course, is sort of the bookend to the original trilogy. They intended this to be the ending. And so Saw 3 sort of follows two separate plots. Jigsaw, John Kramer, dying of brain cancer. Amanda holding this doctor hostage to try and save his life, with life-saving surgery. But the entire time, you see this dude, Jeff, walking around. His kid died in like a car accident, and he's encountering all these people that were connected to the accident. And like, I just don't give a shit about Jeff. Like, he's just not really interesting. He's just kind of a shitty guy. And I think the best trap in the movie is the rack, or the crucifixion. I wasn't sure what to call it. Basically, the guy who was driving the car that killed Jeff's kid gets put into big ol' metal contraption with all of his limbs sort of locked into place. And then the contraption starts rotating each part. So, rotates, snap the arms, snap the legs, and then snap the head. Pretty gnarly. But Amanda and Dr. Lin they are toxic Yuri. They are toxic Yuri. Like, obviously, it's not okay to put someone in a collar that will shoot shotgun shells at them if they try to take it off and force them to do surgery on your grandpa. But like, look at how close their faces are. They had something going on. They had something going on. I love Amanda so much. I love evil women. I love evil women in horror. She's just so good. Most gruesome kill. Yes. There is one. I believe it was a cop. It was a cop because this is actually the film where Hoffman gets introduced. He's introduced as an investigator in the Jigsaw case. And so I believe this other cop gets put into a machine that is sort of drilled into her ribs and then rips them out and open. Is this the Ice Block Dickie Mix Smasher? No, that's later. That's later. We're almost there. Is Amanda Yandere or is she something worse? She's something worse. Because her whole thing isn't like, I love you so much that I'll kill you. It's more like, I hate you so much that I'll have lesbian sex with you. But of course, the reversal is that Amanda was the one being tested all along. Not Jeff, not his wife, Dr. Lin. Hello, Aardvark, welcome. It was Amanda being tested if she could see the bigger picture. Because at the end, Jigsaw's dying. She just wants to shoot Lin in the fucking head. And the whole time, Jigsaw's like, no, don't do that. You know better. Come on, think of the rules. But she does it anyway, and it leads to everyone dying. Of course, the best Jigsaw moment was when he died. Rest in fucking peace. And I guess the series is over, because, the main killer died. Amanda died. And, it seems like we don't really have anywhere else to go. That was sad. I can't believe Saw is over now. Okay. I can't let lesbianism sway me. I can't let it influence me. I have to put it in B because Jeff fucking sucks. Because he's just so annoying. Like, I wish there was less him and more whatever the hell Amanda and Lynn had going on. Maybe I should. I'll put it there for now. I'll think about it at the end. Oh, surprise! Not over yet. Saw 4. Good old Saw 4. So this is kind of... Oh, and in case you haven't noticed, one of these movies has come out every year. 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. They are grinding away at this franchise. And another detail I forgot to mention is Saw 3 also features the bathroom again. All 3 Saw movies so far have featured that fuck-ass bathroom at some point. Whether it's in a flashback or they just go back there because it's all in the same complex. Saw 4, we're so back. Unfortunately, Lee Winnell is no longer writing. Instead, we have Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan. Patrick Melton also happens to be the name of my cat. No relation. Directed by Darren Lynn Bousman again. This one... It kind of follows, well, one, they're doing an autopsy on Jigsaw and they find another tape in his stomach. Which, the game's not over yet. Oh, I've died. Am I tracking? There we go. Oh, there we not go. 1 second. I can't waste precious time. Okay. But yes, there's a police officer named Riggs, who I'm just gonna keep fucking going, who is sort of being led on this journey by Jigsaw, kind of trying to explain his pathos, or not his pathos, his the way his mind works. And so he's showing him, like, there's a scene, a really gross scene, where Riggs is taken to a motel and says, oh, hey, stream is dead. Am I live? This was bound to happen. Internet is a fuck. I'm not adding more time. I'm not accounting for this at all. Are we normal? Are we normal? I believe we're normal. Leah, thank you so much for the follow. Yes, we are live again? Okay, cool. So, Riggs is kind of asked by Jigsaw, not really forced, but he's like, hey, this guy is a sexual predator. Put him in this trap. Handcuff him, set up these wires a certain way, and, put him in there. Which I did think was interesting, kind of having Jigsaw explicitly sort of show someone, like, hey, this is what I do, this is how I do it, and now it's your turn to do it so you can understand me. But Riggs' whole test is about how he wants to save everyone. And Jigsaw wants to show to him that you cannot save everyone, and that by focusing so much on trying to be a good quote-unquote police officer, you neglect other parts of your life. You become a shitty person. You become a shadow of your former self. You can't save everyone. You have to let go. Riggs, of course, cannot let go. And so we do kind of get this moment where, of course it's still gay because Hoffman's there. But you see more of Hoffman sort of interacting with the other detectives and things. Peter Strom is introduced. FBI agent Peter Strom. We'll get to him in a second. And, hang on, let me see. Oh, that's right, okay. So Hoffman gets put in this ice block trap that you see here. He's the one on the right. And then another officer, Art, is standing on this ice block. And basically the whole crux of it is Riggs has to show up on time to save them. Or does he? And of course, Riggs was supposed to ignore them and they would live. But he cannot ignore them. He shows up, he walks through the door, and they die. Or do they? That is when it is revealed, of course, that Hoffman has been working for Jigsaw all along. He planned this whole thing. Basically, he was going to set up this whole thing to continue Jigsaw's work and then make himself look like the hero that saved everyone. So we also do get some backstory in this entry. We see Jigsaw with his wife. We see his wife is pregnant. She works at a rehab facility, and then a guy named Cecil shows up, wants to get cash, wants to get drugs, stabs pregnant wife. No more baby. And then there's a scene where John Kramer and his wife are talking, and he chooses the puppet over her. She's like, you're I'm hurting too. Like, you can't be doing this. We should be trying to figure this out together, blah, blah, blah. And he just tells her to fuck off and hangs out with his little puppet. Which I kind of love. Least believable thing is John Kramer marrying a woman. True. True. But yeah, Cecil does get the most gruesome kill. It's a very early trap of John's. So he's like actually in the room with Cecil being like, hey, motherfucker, you gotta cut your face up with a bunch of knives, like the way you stabbed my wife. And if you want to get out. And he's just like pushing his face into these knives. It's it's really gnarly. It's really gnarly. I very much enjoy it. And we've already touched on the reversal, which is, of course, Hoffman has been helping our friend John Kramer the entire time. Of course, it flashes back to the first 3 Saw movies to show us, oh, Hoffman's been here the whole time, which is cheap, but what do you expect from this franchise? I think it's fine. I think the stuff with Hoffman is fun, and it hints at the Hoffman and Strom thing that happens in the next, which is really another prime Yowie moment that I very much enjoy. I think the autopsy of John Kramer scene at the beginning and end were really cool, really well done, very strange. I'll put it in B. You know what? I'm putting Saw 2 in B2. I feel better about this. Saw 5. So, this is kind of where it stops being fun. This one is just so lame. It's so lame. Yes, Pokey, Saw movies are great at retconning things. And so the director for this is David Hackle. It's his first feature he's directed. He was the production designer and second unit director on the previous Saw movies. So, you know, Darren Lynn Boozman didn't want to do this one, so David stepped in and they thought they'd give him a shot. I just something I do like about this franchise is that they give opportunities to people in the crew who have like proven themselves, you know. A lot of times directors of these films or writers of these films or whatever have done other work on the past films. Looks like a different DP too. Yes. Oh, I should have written down the DPs too, because that becomes so important later. I kind of like Strom. I love Strom. The good parts of this movie are everything with Strom and Hoffman. Hello, Brandon. The first scene of 4 makes you unaware of the timing on 4 on a first watch. Yes. That is kind of another thing some of these movies do when, like, obviously with retconning, you're gonna futz with the timeline a little. But they do... There's another one later, especially, where you're not sure when it's happening, and that ends up becoming very important. Written by Patty Melt and Marcus Dunstan, once again. So, this is... Okay, maybe... I want to like this so bad, because the cat and mouse stuff with Hoffman and Strom is really good. I love like a Departed style. You know, these people are supposedly working together, but they're actually trying to fucking kill each other. It was a lot of fun. I really did like that a lot. The best trap... It comes at the end. Oh wait, hang on. I get so confused. I need to see if this is the one. Oh yeah, that's why I hate this one. So the main trap of Saw 5 is there's this underground bunker. All these people get thrown in. It is eventually revealed all of these people had something to do with an insurance fraud scheme centering around the Gideon meat plant, which, of course, John Kramer would use as his base of operations. But it's like, I don't give a shit about anyone in the bunker. Their story feels so detached from everything going on between Hoffman and Strom. it really just feels like it was sort of thrown in there and it didn't have anything to do with anything. At the end, it is kind of revealed that it was possible for every single person to survive all of the traps, but everyone just assumed that, they didn't even think to work together, is what Jigsaw was trying to teach them. And as a result, everyone pretty much dies. Which I think, like, the most gruesome kill, like, if I had to pick one that wasn't... Was this the one with the splody glass jars? Yes. I believe so. I believe this... Yes, it was. I remember that. Yeah. Because that one guy got left the fuck out there after trying to beat people to death. He got. It's like there's a trap at the end where there's only 2 people left, and they have to give a certain amount of blood in order for the doors to open. Obviously, had they all worked together, they would have had, less blood to give individually, and it would have gotten through easily. There's so much room in the tunnels. Literally, they bring that up, and it's like, y'all could have doubled up. Y'all just chose not to, because you hate each other, because you're bad people. But so at the end, it's like 2 people left, and they have to give so much blood, so they just like slice their own arms open, and it's whatever. It's whatever. But I mean, I think it's gruesome watching people inflict harm on themselves in these movies in general. So that's why I give it the most gruesome kill. But the best trap, oh my god, when Strom is like finally starting to catch up to Hoffman, and he thinks he's so smart. He's like, I'm not getting in this fucking box. I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna shove you in the box. You get in that fucking box. And of course, Hoffman, being, John Kramer's protege, is like, haha, you fool. That's what I wanted all along. So Hoffman is inside this glass box, safe, while walls come together and just crush Strom to death. It's so nasty. It's such a good way to cap off their story. I did picture here, there is another moment earlier where Strom has this box on his head that fills with water, and he stabs himself in the throat with a pin in order to get air, and that's how he survives. And then Hoffman's like, wait a minute, you were supposed to die, so then he squishes him to death. And the reversal is he pins everything on Strom, I guess. Or maybe the reveal that all the people in the trap had something to do with getting a meat plant. Saw 5. I'm really torn on this because, yeah, why didn't they use... Oh my god, they could have used piss! Why didn't they just use piss? You people are fucking stupid! So I'm torn because I like the sort of detective story in Saw 5, but I hate everything else about it. I'm feeling either B or C. I guess I'll go with B. The Strom Hoffman stuff is really strong. But it's, watch it for the yaoi. You can look at your phone during, the actual saw trap parts, just watch it for the yaoi. Saw 6. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So this is directed by Kevin Greutert. Also his directorial debut. He was the editor for all the previous Saw movies. And so I think, this could be said of the production designer too, but having the editor, someone who is responsible for crafting the feel of the movie, I think having him as director is really strong. This is the one that has Roderick in it, Aardvark. Sure if he picks up the surviving Strom hand at the end of 5 or the start of 6. I think 6, because I think 6 is when they find it. I think it's when they find the hand and they find the bullet casing that Strom fired at Hoffman when he was trying to get into the box. This one is so good. This one is so fucking good. This is It's also kind of the first time in the series where John Kramer has a very clear ethos. Ethos is the word I'm looking for. You know, because this is the one where the person targeted is the health insurance executive who denied life-saving coverage for John Kramer. There's a great fucking scene with John visiting this guy in his office, and he's trying to get a reason like, hey, why did my insurance deny him coverage for my cancer treatment? And the dude is like, oh, well, you know, we have an algorithm that does it. You know, we have an equation, and, you know, just didn't work out. Sorry, bud. Yeah, 2009. Yeah, this is one of the most overtly political ones, especially for its time. This is when John Kramer becomes a base socialist. And this is the line where he says, piranha. Because for some reason, this insurance exec is so crazy, he has a tank full of piranhas in his office. So, and the storytelling is so strong, because everyone else, it's another situation like with 3, where it's one person going through this house of horrors featuring people from his life that he knows. And in this case, it's other insurance agents, his assistants, people who work for him, his wife, his kids. And it's so good. Like there's a specific trap where it's an older woman, a secretary in his office, and it's a younger man who's an assistant at his office. And Jigsaw puts them out on platforms, like with nooses around them, and is like, well, you know, according to your algorithm, you know, you should kill the woman because she's older and has pre-existing conditions. But this young man here doesn't have any family or friends, so if you killed him, no one would miss him. Ah, fuck, the ad's about to start. I only have an hour left. I don't have time for an ad. Ugh. Okay. Health insurance lien is huge for 2009. It really is. It is kind of crazy this came out in 2009. It feels like a very modern story. We play Hello Zepp while there's ads. Okay, hang on. Okay, 1 second. Please. Okay. Hello Zepp break. If you're subscribed, relax and enjoy the music. Yeah, this song really did carry the franchise. This song is so fucking iconic, and it's named after a character that dies in the first fucking movie that doesn't matter. It's so good. It's such an iconic song. I think there might be movies it doesn't show up in, but I think it shows up in most of them, because it's just so good. It's so fucking good, y'all. Even since closer to 20 and still feels like a modern topic. Yes. Yes. And it's not the first time. Oh, there's another medical one we'll get to at the very end. That is also very much of the current time. Charlie Clouser is the only person who worked on all 10 Saw films. That fucking rules. Good for him. That's fucking awesome. Which, again, such a critical part of, you know, the feel of the franchise. The music and the song in particular. Okay, we got 38 more seconds. We shouldn't lose too much time here. I mean, we are on 6 now. We only have 4 to go, and then finalize the ranking. I can do this. I can do this. I cherish my life. I cherish my life. I cherish my life. This song is gonna be stuck in my fucking head. Okay. Okay. We're back. I cherish my life dancing to a song that people are murdered to. I do cherish my life. That's why I'm dancing. What about the Jigsaw reboot? Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh man. Oh, there's so much to talk about this fucking movie. Okay. Best trap is the merry-go-round. If you're unfamiliar with the merry-go-round, the insurance exec, what's his fucking name? What's this fucking idiot's fucking... William Easton, that's the name. So William has this group of like interns, sort of, he calls like the Shark Tank or something, where they basically go through all of the claims and like pick out like reasons to die coverage. And so he gets all these people on a fucking merry-go-round and is like, okay, William, so now you have to kill 4 out of the 6 people here. It's going to go around, it's going to land on a person, and you either shoot them or not. Oh, might be dying again. I really hope not. Ah, we are dying again. I think it's really cool how I got a new router and everything, and somehow the internet is worse than it was before. I think that's really cool and really fun. We're gonna ride this out. We're gonna ride this out. Are we normal? Are we normal? Can we be normal? Nope, we're not normal. We are not normal. But perhaps now we can be normal? Nope. I'm just watching the Wi-Fi get big and small and big and small and big and small. We're back. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Hello. 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 It's gonna run another fucking ad again. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream if it plays another ad. I'm so sorry, y'all. Are we fine? Are we normal? Is anyone out there? Okay, Sari's back. Looks like we're back. Okay. John Twitch wants to play a game. I think Spectrum Internet wants to play a game. If it runs the ad again, I'm so fucking sorry, y'all. I'm out of snoozes. I can't do anything about it. I'm so sorry. But we appear to be back to normal now. I will keep going. Yeah, if it runs the ad again, go to pussy.help. Go to pussy.help. So anyway, long story short, merry-go-round is a great fucking trap. You know, because all the interns are like pleading their cases. Like one girl is like, I have a kid, please don't kill me. Or someone else is like, I have sick parents I have to take care of. Another one's like, no, you fucking don't. Or one's like, I have a lot of money, like, please, I'll give it to you. Or like, listen to the algorithm, sir. According to the algorithm, you should save me. It's a fantastic scene. It's a fantastic trap. It's killing me too, hot grandma. I'm so sorry. Most homo moment, it's not really erotic, but I have to give it up to Hoffman and Amanda in a flashback, just hating each other. Really enjoy the gay lesbian antagonism on display here. Like, it's just they're both so cunty. They both want to be daddy's favorite so bad. They hate each other. Best part is when the last guy realizes he can't be saved and just goes, "You look at me when you're killing me." That guy killed it. Ads again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I am going to keep going. Go to pussy.help. Most gruesome kill. Oh. So if you're unaware, fucking Roderick is in this movie. Devin Bostick. Roderick plays William's son. And the whole time, William's son and his wife are in a little cell. And the sort of conclusion of the story is, did anyone survive the merry-go-round, by the way? 2 people did. He had to choose 2 people to live. And he did, in fact, choose 2 people. Let me see. Let me see if I can find who was saved. Wait, oh, this is the one where a guy gets put in a saw trap because he smokes cigarettes. he's a janitor at the office William works at. So like he does have that connection that I guess would warrant him being part of his test. But Jigsaw just says, "Oh, this guy smokes cigarettes. He can't breathe for shit. You have to breathe better than him." To be fair, that's also why the Saw short film happened. That is true. It's just the logic is crazy. The Jigsaw logic is crazy. I feel like it's strong in this one, but it is very funny to think that Jigsaw is like, "You smoke cigarettes. You have to die. You do not cherish your life. You only cherish the smooth, cool, refreshing taste of a Camel Crush." What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Roderick. Roderick fucking kills. Oh wait. Oh, that's right. Roderick is not William's son. You are led to believe Roderick is William's son the entire time. Roderick is actually someone else's son who was denied coverage by William. And so at the end, the choice falls down to Roderick, whether he wants to show forgiveness or if he wants to fucking kill the dude that essentially killed his dad. And it's so good because the wife is like, "I can't kill him." And Roderick's like, "I fucking can. Die, motherfucker." And he kills him in a really gruesome way. This like panel of needles like falls and smacks into William, and they're filled with acid, so he's just getting liquefied from the inside out. It's fucking gnarly. And the reversal in this one. Oh wait. Okay, the reversal in this one is it goes back to Saw 3, and it shows the real reason why Amanda killed Lynn. As she said back then, it's not her game, because it was actually Hoffman's game. Hoffman, the entire time, has been getting hounded by the FBI. Oh, thank you, Cum Goblin, for the 25. Thank you. 25? Really? You've been watching me that long? That's crazy. Thank you. But the FBI has been getting closer and closer to cracking down on Hoffman the entire time. And when his voice is about to be unscrambled from one of the Jigsaw tapes, he fucking murders everyone. He just goes fucking nuts and kills everyone, which I guess if you back a serial killer into a corner, that's what they're gonna do. But it's so crazy to see. It's just wild because he just has this calm and collected air the entire time. And then when he finally loses control, it's awesome. At the end, oh wait, no, I think that's the next movie. Oops. But Saw 6, I really like Saw 6. I really enjoy it. I just, everything with the traps is good. And it's like the trap story and the sort of overarching investigative story both work really well together. They're both very interesting. There's not a mismatch where one is more interesting than the other. Love Saw 6. Very, very good. Saw 3D, the final chapter. Of course, this being 30. They made 30 of these motherfuckers. But of course, being 2010, they had to make a 3D one. I do not miss the 3D phase of movies at all. The glasses always made my head hurt. The only 3D movie that I would keep and destroy all of the others, the only one I would keep is Spy Kids 3D Game Over. Fuck, you're right, Jackass 3D! I haven't seen Jackass 3D in 3D. So I do need to see that. I've only seen it in cringe 2D. Man, how am I supposed to watch Jackass 3D now? I guess maybe if I buy a physical copy, then maybe they'll have like little glasses or something in the case. Chris Pontius's penis goes crazy at 3D. Man, but I love Spy Kids 3D. Spy Kids 3D is such a good movie. I didn't even get her email address. Chainsaw Man in 3D. That's crazy. Just buy glasses online, that's true. You'll probably get them real cheap on eBay. So, all this to say, the way this one is shot obviously prioritizes the, like, jumping out effects. You know, lots of shit flying at the screen. And it's like, when it's really obvious, it kind of takes me out of it, because it's like, okay, I am not experiencing the desired effect the filmmakers intended, because this technology is now fucking old and out of date. Directed by Kevin Gruchard again, written by Patty Melton, Marcus Dunstan again. There were good traps in this one. I was kind of iffy on the story. I like the idea of the story. I don't know if I like the execution of it. The main story of this one is a man falsely claims that he is a survivor of Jigsaw, and he has this book out, he's on this press junket, giving inspirational speeches and stuff, and of course he's a fucking liar. And the when he goes to a Jigsaw support group meeting and tries to, which is a crazy thing to say, Jigsaw support group, goes to the meeting and tries to be all inspirational, and goddamn motherfucking cunty Elwes in the back. We have not seen Dr. Gordon since the first one, but he is here again, fucking slow clapping, standing up with his cane because he sawed his own foot off. How many people even survive long enough for there to be a group? There are a few. In the last movie in particular, the opening trap there, a woman had to cut off her own arm in order to live, and she did it. And you know, because it's a good scene in that one, because Hoffman asks her like, "Oh, well, I bet you appreciate your life now, huh?" And the woman's like, "No, I had to cut off my fucking arm. That sucks. My life sucks. I don't cherish anything." So she's there, and the others I think are mainly just like saw traps we don't see, you know. But so it is nice to see this con artist and his fellow grifters get their comeuppance. But in this movie, the traps kind of feel the same. Like it's like a lot of tongues getting cut off. There's one where like a guy is blind and he has to be guided across a broken floor, or else he'll fall and hang himself. It's just I didn't find most of the traps all that interesting, except for the opening trap, which is the public trap, which is a great idea. Because the rest of the traps have been, even if there are groups, very private in a controlled environment. This one is just in some storefront happening in front of people. And I do love it, because it's these two guys and a girl who's been like cheating on them both and like pitting them against each other. And they get together and they're like, yeah, fuck this bitch. And they saw her in half. And I like to imagine those two guys went on to date each other and be in love. Imagine being 7 years old, seeing the first trap before the theater realizes, is it Megami playing? Yeah, Bros Before Hoes for sure. I did enjoy that one. I also enjoyed the car trap. The car trap is good. I have to get his name right because I always get him mixed up with someone else. Okay, Chester Bennington. So, another trap that happens here. It's this big, elaborate car trap. There is a man, Chester Bennington, glued into the front seat. I believe his girlfriend is underneath one of the tires. There's a man in front of him. And then there's like another guy somewhere else. But basically, he's a white supremacist. Him and his friends are all white supremacists. And he has to peel his skin off the back to stop the car from launching a Rube Goldberg machine of violence. Of course he doesn't. Yep, he sat on pleather in the summer. Rips his fucking back open, but it's all for naught. Him and his friends all die. It is a really... It's an interesting scene, and honestly, Chester Bennington fucking kills it. He's great in it. Those two guys show up later in the film, if I recall. Oh, yeah. But it's a really cool trap. And, you know, it happens to people who are deserving of it. Let's see. Oh, the best jigsaw. I don't know why I didn't include this image. Hang on. You already know which one I'm talking about, but I think it's egregious I don't have this on stream right now. This is the origin of How Do You Do, Fellow Kids, John Kramer. He goes to this dude's book signing in disguise, and he... Listen, this is a recurring issue. Not an issue, it's just a fact of the franchise. Tobin Bell is very old. He's very old. And in a series where we're constantly getting flashbacks, it's hard to continue to use an older actor to play things that happened in the past. So then they go back to when he's still alive. They're just like, oh, fucking put him in this hat or something. I don't care. And hang on, there's another great image. I should have grabbed it because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. No, I'm not. I should have grabbed it myself. I'm not going to find it. But basically, Bobby, the grifter, at his book signing, he has like one of those like standing banners with like his face on it and like the title of his book. He is standing in his banner, hitting the Kevin James pose, hitting the like hands in the pockets, like pose. It's so fucking funny. God, I wish I'd grabbed that screenshot when I thought of it, but I didn't. But it was so fucking funny. And so seeing the Kevin James pose immediately into How Do You Do, Fellow Kids it's one of the funniest moments in the series. What else? Oh, yeah. So Gibson is like a new officer that kind of replaces Strom. He's just not really as interesting. Gibson and Hoffman don't really have all that much chemistry together. But Cunty Elwise. I love him so much. He serves so much cunt. Hang on. I have to I have to look at him. Where is he? There he is. There he is. Like, man, I wish he'd been around. I kind of wish he'd been around for the other films. He's just such a good actor. He has so much charisma. He plays a great villain because, spoiler, Gordon has been working for Jigsaw the entire time. He's been here the whole time. Literally. all the medical shit that Jigsaw does, putting the key in the eye and shit in other people's bodies. You had to have help to do that. Jigsaw's not a doctor, he's an architect. Enter Gordon. God, he's such a good villain. He's such a good villain. And Saw 3D has kind of a crazy ending, because again, it is the final chapter. So there's... The woman in the top picture is Jigsaw's wife, Jill, and a lot of the film revolves around her being afraid Hoffman is coming after her. Because she put, at the end of the previous film, she put Hoffman in the reverse bear trap. Hoffman gets out of it, which is actually a really cool scene. So now Hoffman wants revenge, but the way... This movie feels really misogynistic. Like, everything with Jill just feels really, like, women-hatey. And not from a perspective where that's how the other characters treat her. They do treat her like that, but from, like, a filmmaking perspective. Like, in the top picture there, she is in a very short nightdress, no pants, that she is... I think she is wearing in real life, but it's like a dream sequence, and it feels like the kind of horror movies that like have a girl with like a cut up shirt on the cover and she's like showing her tits and there's blood everywhere. It just doesn't... The way they handle her throughout this movie kind of skews me out a bit for reasons I can't entirely articulate. What else? Was there one more thing I want to say? Yeah, the ending is really good. So in the ending, Hoffman gets fucking beat up and taken away by a whole army of Jigsaw followers, the people at the fucking survivors group, led by Dr. Gordon, who is essentially like, hey, Hoffman, you went too far. You're fucking things up for the rest of us trying to do John Kramer's work. You're a problem, so we're gonna fucking kill you or whatever now. Oh. It's happening again. It's a night. Yeah, it's a nightgown. It is a nightgown. It is a dream sequence, so I guess that's kind of why they went that way, but eh. So I'm torn. Like, everything else kind of sucks, but it has good points. I'm gonna pop it in B for now. I am going to do a quick look at my Letterboxd toward the end. Yeah, oh my god's right. Yeah, Vixie. Yeah. You better believe it, baby. We're dying again. It is not Twitch, it's my internet. It is my internet. Like when I try to watch stuff like in a Discord stream or something, the internet shits out. Unfortunately. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I will give it a minute to see if it's stabilized. Choose Blim Twitch anyway, that is fucking true. Y'all read the shit about the Amazon guy talking about why Amazon Gaming failed? And how shocked he was that people would use Steam? That's has nothing to do with anything, I just think it's funny. Okay, we appear to be back. So I'm gonna pop 3D and B for now. Okay. Everyone, for this last 46 minutes, we have to hold hands. We will get through this together. We will get through this together, I promise you. But it's time to talk about Jigsaw 2017. It is time to talk about Jigsaw. So, Saw 3D came out in 2010. It has been 7 years since the last film. I mean, you know, final chapter, hey, we're all done here. But then Lionsgate was like, kind of would like more of that Saw money, though. That sure would be nice to keep this IP going. And so now we have Jigsaw. Directed by the Spierig brothers, written by Josh Stolberg and Peter Goldfinger. Nothing happens in this movie. It's the same sort of, like, there's a group trapped, they're all brought together for a reason, they're all bad people, they have to survive. But it's so painfully obvious from the start who the killer is. The whole time they're going on about, oh, it's a copycat, who's the copycat? And it's the fucking, the medical examiner for the police. And they don't even try to hide it, really. Like, it's so apparent and upfront that when they get to that twist, it's like, yeah, buddy. Like, yeah, it's exactly the person who we thought it was. I guess the real twist is that this game was based... The game we were watching the entire time happened years ago when John Kramer was still alive. And then this medical examiner guy, I don't fucking care about his name, does the game again, pretty much, just to be like, hey, I'm Jigsaw. I'm Jigsaw, bitch. It's just... It's dumb. Like, one twist is really expected and the worst red herring possible with the fangirl. Yeah, there's like... His assistant is like a Jigsaw fangirl and has like replications of his traps in her apartment and stuff. And it's like... I don't care. I don't care. There is like a big spiral trap that like slices you up. I don't know, like you're getting made into shawarma. No homoerotic moments to speak of whatsoever. Jigsaw does show up in this one because, of course, the original game took place years earlier. And he has like a stupid goatee, which is it's something. It's something. He did that. He did that shit. And as you can see, Laser Collar was the most gruesome kill. Just sliced him up, I guess. That's scary. This one feels like a made-for-TV movie that wanted to be like Saw, but it's airing on Lifetime. It doesn't have the sauce at all. It actually physically looks different. They really pare down the like crazy transitions, and it doesn't have that feel. The cinematography is completely different. It feels bland. It feels like they took all the style and like wrung it out of Saw, and then they just had this dry towel of a movie. So this one's pretty easy. That's going pretty low. That's going as low as it can go. If you are interested in these films, or maybe you haven't, maybe you watched some of the older ones, but you haven't really seen the newer ones, fucking skip Jigsaw. It has nothing to do with anything. It's not a good movie. It's boring. It doesn't add anything interesting to the franchise. You do not need to see it. Exactly, Greed of Saw doesn't look like it was in a music video block with 9 Inch Nails in the early 2000s. It's not Saw. And this is not Saw. You know what else is not Saw? Spiral. So, this movie came out in 2021. A few years after Jigsaw. And, you know, early 2020. Granted, this was probably written before we knew how 2020s were going to shape up. This movie... Okay. Hang on. I have to get this right. Okay. Zeke and William. So, Detective Zeke here is a cop. Shocker. But he's a loose cannon, you know, he's out of line. And he gets partnered up with a rookie named William, and they investigate murders that look like they could be, you know, a jigsaw copycat. I don't know if anyone here is aware of this. This happened entirely because of Chris Rock. I'm gonna need more information. Oh, we're also dying again. Chris Rock is not a good actor. Chris Rock delivers every line in this movie with the same exact cadence, the same, like, half screaming sort of thing that he does. I will give it a second to see if we catch up. Chris Rock apparently found a Lionsgate at a guy at a party and was like, hey, I want to do a Saw film. Can we do a Saw film? Oh, Christ. Ooh. I think we're back. And they put what was going to be Saw X on hold so they could do Spiral. Ew. Ew. Also, just in case. It's been happening. I'm sure y'all have gotten used to it already, but just in case anyone's still struggling, refresh your browser. Chris Rock is not a good actor. Now that I know that about this film, it really was a pre-slap world. God, yeah, that was 2022, wasn't it? It's so they're basically, it's the same kind of plot as Jigsaw, where it's like, oh, John Kramer's dead, but there's a copycat going around doing stuff that looks like him. And so there's another very important aspect of this movie. Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson is in this movie as Zeke's dad. They got Sam Jackson, who was a fantastic fucking actor, and they gave him this, like, shit role. I would much rather have had Sam Jackson as the protagonist in this, because then at least the performance would be good, you know? But it's just nothing interesting happens. They completely change the way Billy looks, as you can see in the lower image. They just made him a pig, and he has a stupid fucking voice, you know, because, you know, in all the previous movies, you know, the voice that everyone does, the hello detective, inside of you is glass, and inside that glass is a gas, and the gas will kill you if you do not shit yourself in the next 20 seconds. Make your choice. You know, that voice? They replace it with, hello detective. Sometimes the police are bad. And I'm here to show you that all the cops are corrupt. Which is, like, I do, you know, it's Carl Weezer. They get Carl Weezer to voice this fucking puppet. And it's hilarious. It's hysterical, and it should not be. So basically, the twist is that William, Zeke's partner, is the Jigsaw killer. Sam Jackson did corrupt shit when he was a cop before he retired, and this is all punishment for that. William's dad was killed by a police officer, and so it's all a big revenge setup. Sorry about the ads again, y'all. I'm so sorry. And so it's like, on paper, I can get behind this, you know, exposing corrupt cops, you know, exposing the way a corrupt police force will cover for other officers and, you know, try and mask all the bad shit that they do. I get it. But it's just written, like, it's just not well written at all. The traps aren't that interesting. There's like one that throws glass at you. The trap at the end is Sam Jackson strung up like a marionette, and he's holding a gun, and he shoots the officers. And so they shoot him, and it's saying something about police brutality and police violence. And the twist that William was the copycat all along. It's so obvious because there's a part where he quote unquote dies, but we do not see him die. We do not see him in a trap. We just like see a piece of his skin with a tattoo on it. Which any good horror movie watcher will know that unless you see someone die, they ain't dead. You have to see a body. And so as soon as that happened, it's like, okay, well, he's gonna come back and he's gonna be behind it all. And like, I guess the most gruesome trap is like the hot wax suffocation that the commissioner gets in the basement of the police office building, no less. Which I'm not gonna lie, I saw hot wax at first. I was like, ooh, but then it was like all over her face and killed her, and I was like, ooh, maybe not. Yeah, you have to see the body happen. You have to see the trap. You have to see the body come apart. Yeah, great point, Groot. SawCon teaches us a body doesn't even mean they're dead. So if you're just like, oh, hey, he's dead, here's a hunk of his skin, I'm not gonna fucking believe you for a second, buddy. No yaoi in this one. You would think maybe like hardened cop, rookie partner, but there's nothing. There's nothing. And is this the one where he says it? Oh, fuck, it was in the last movie. Okay. I need to go back to this because it, oh, wait, no, it is this one. It is this one. I misread my notes. In this movie, there is a line where someone says, John Kramer didn't target cops. Which is insane because he absolutely the fuck did. He did target cops. John Kramer hates the police. And to try and fucking retcon all that by saying, well, he never killed police before. He would never do that. Like, you're fucking dumb. Josh and Peter, y'all are fucking dumb for writing that line. It's just, I mean, the edge that this has over Jigsaw is that it does have more of the old editing hallmarks. It's cut more like a real Saw movie. You know, it has kind of a similar feel. Like the opening scene, it's like a cop chases a guy through a carnival, ends up getting trapped in an underground train track, and he has to rip his own tongue off or else get hit by the train. He gets hit by the train and splatters. But in that whole sequence, it was very gritty, it was very dark. If the puppet didn't have that fuck-ass voice, it would have been like, oh, this is, you know, a solid opening to a new Saw movie. Yeah, exactly. It's like, we don't want to be too woke. It's like what's that fucking post where it's like racism goes both ways. It's like the thesis of this movie is police violence goes both ways. Like it like after the amazing yes, the BioShock Infinite post. Thank you. Like after the way, you know, earlier Saw films took down the way they broke apart like insurance companies and like how fucked up that is. This is such a big stumble. It's just such a nothing movie. The city in this one wasn't generic urban city, it was just Toronto. It is just Toronto. Shout out to Toronto, the fake New York of Canada. Or the fake LA. I forget which one's which. But it, like, if Jigsaw was like a Lifetime movie procedural version of Saw, this is like it's a little grittier. I'll give it that. It is definitely a little grittier than the previous one, but like now knowing that Chris Rock just said to an exec like, "Hey, I want to be in a Saw movie," it feels like that. And the way I need to look up something real quick. I need to look up something real quick. All right, and let me see. All right, yep. The way these two white men write black characters and the way they speak, it's not great. I really I hope they let Chris Rock and Sam Jackson like kind of do their own thing, because some of the shit they said was crazy. It was like, no human being fucking talks like this. Y'all are wild. It's just it really it feels like a letdown, because after Jigsaw was so bad, you know, you think, oh, okay, you know, Spiral, you know, they got Sam Jackson, they're gonna talk about police brutality. It's like a whole new thing, and it's just exactly, you can't be writing like that, White Josh. I like, this movie's bad, but this is disappointing, which is somehow worse. Again, watch it if you want to laugh at the stupid puppet and the stupid puppet voice. Watch it if you enjoy watching bad movies, if you get enjoyment out of just watching some good old Kinoge. Go for it, but man, it sucks. It's just there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Which, you know, it feels bad. You know, this franchise had this great ending in 2010, and they keep trying to do these reboots, but it's just not working. And in a way, killing John and Amanda in Saw 3, it kind of fucks up everything else. Because you had, you know, I could understand maybe writing Jigsaw off. You know, he does have cancer, so it would make sense for him to pass away from it in a film. But Amanda really should have been, she should have been the true heir. I'm not just saying this because I'm gay. I truly think writing Amanda off was a mistake. She was like the perfect successor to John Kramer. But we can't have shit. Lionsgate said we can't have shit. Until Lionsgate was like, okay, you funky little lesbian. What about Saw 10? Back to the numbered entries, back to Tobin Bell, and really a long way back. I believe he even is sketching some of the traps that show up in later films early in this one. This takes place somewhere between 2 and 3, or at least between 1 and 2. A brand new bad haircut, yes. Yeah, this is definitely before 3 because her hair was all grown out in that one. This is... Amanda has such a shit haircut, and I love it. But so this one goes all the way back. Directed again by Kevin Grutter, written by Josh and Peter. Again, they somehow pulled a good one out of their ass, and I'm glad they did. But if you loved the way John Kramer stuck it to health insurance executives, you're gonna love the way he sticks it to these medical grifters. Basically, John's looking for treatment for his cancer, finds a underground sort of program that supposedly has a high success rate. He goes for it, does the whole procedure, gets done. They didn't do anything. They just took his money and ran. So naturally, everyone involved in this gets set up in a trap. And it's so good. So good. The best trap is the one, it comes, I think it might be, or no, it's actually not the last trap. It's the second to last. The bloodboarding. It's like a big seesaw, two people on the end of it, one person getting bloodboarded, and they have to pull the lever so that they can get lifted up, get out of there, and then the other person gets bloodboarded. First time a, like, actual small child has been in a trap. We've had, like, shitty teenagers before, but this is a kid. This is a small child in this trap. But it's a small child that John kind of bonds with, and at the end, I'm jumping way ahead, but at the end there's like this great moment where him and Amanda and this kid are like, they're like a big family. And like, yeah, they just killed a bunch of people, but there's a review on Letterboxd I really liked about this movie that said, in any horror franchise, eventually the antagonist is going to wrap around and become the protagonist. And this is a movie where you are cheering for John Kramer. All these people are so much worse than this serial killer. You love to see them get their comeuppance. It's fucking great. Amanda is such a lesbian with her stupid haircut. I love her. So Cecilia is the woman kind of behind the whole scam. And so there's a trap with a woman named Gabriella, who seems fairly innocent. She kind of didn't have much of a choice in getting involved in this. But she is essentially getting cooked alive. But she survives the trap. She like breaks her ankles and wrists to free herself from the restraints and get out of the way of these like highly irradiating lights. But then Cecilia just fucking kills her. And Amanda is like, she won her game. What the fuck are you doing? Cecilia's like, I'm a bad bitch. I don't care. And so there are several reversals in this film. First being that the procedure was a scam. There was a patient, quote unquote, named Teddy, who kind of helped lure John in, and he's actually Cecilia's boyfriend, who eventually comes to rescue her. And it does seem like they're going to get away with it for a while. John and the kid are stuck on this trap. Amanda can't interfere. I forget exactly why. But Jigsaw set it up because he knew Cecilia was doing everything just to get to the money. And so at the end, he traps Cecilia and Teddy in a room that is filling with gas. And is like, okay, one of you can live. And guess what, Teddy? She's gonna fucking kill you. Because she doesn't actually care about you. She just cares about the money. So, the 35th time they pulled it. But it's surprising to have the 10th film in a franchise be just as good, if not better, than ones that came, all the classics that came before it. I have no idea where the franchise is going to go after this. They've been through a couple different stories, I believe. I think Saw 11 was originally going to pick up right after the events of Saw 10. Is Jason X good? I would actually watch that. I fucking hated the first two Friday the 13th movies, but if Jason X is good, I'll watch that. I'll put that on. But it's such a good movie. If you like horror movies, if you like Saw and you haven't seen it, watch Saw X. It's good. You kind of only really need to watch the first maybe couple Saw movies, maybe the first 3 to kind of get everything that's going on here, but it's really good. And it had no right to be good. So I'm putting that shit in A. Okay. Okay, now this is where we have to lock it in and submit it so I don't die. Okay. I am going to pull up my Letterboxd and look at my scores for all the Saw movies. Just to kind of help me finalize some stuff here. Grab you. I should have made a list for this in Letterboxd beforehand, but I didn't think about it because I was too busy getting fitted for my hat here. Okay. Saw short film. I gave it like a 3. I think that's fine. I think, well, maybe like it's good, but does it stand out? Does it really jump out at me? I might move it to B just because it is a short and oh, 1 second. And maybe I'm biased. Brandon, shut the fuck up. Listen, I am rapidly about to die, but I have to say this. I love it, Brandon, when you review a movie and I can't tell if you like it or not based on the review alone. I think that's extremely funny. Okay, original Saw I gave 3.5. I'm comfortable keeping it an S. You know, this is not a scale reflecting cinema. This is a scale reflecting the Saw movie specifically. It is S for a Saw movie, you know? Saw 2, I gave 2.5. So I think it does earn its place in B. I gave Saw 3 2.5. I mean, I did hate Jeff. I did really hate Jeff. But maybe... No, I'm gonna keep Saw 3 an A. Like, all this Jeff stuff was frustrating to watch, but when I think about it now, all I think about is Amanda and Lynn. So I'm gonna keep it an A. Saw 4. Saw 4 I gave 3.5. I did really like Riggs' journey. But I think I might... No, I'll keep it there. I'll keep it there. Saw 5 I gave 1.5. So I'm gonna move that down. I gave this shit 1.5. God damn. Yeah, the cat and mouse between Strom and Hoffman is good, but man, I don't know. I don't know. Again, the gay shit is in like some of the worst movies, unfortunately. Okay, 6 I gave a 4, which yeah, I'm you know, I'm putting that shit in S. I'm putting that shit in S. 6 is so good. $3D, I gave 2.5. I'm comfortable. Well, but Gordon. I'll keep it in B for Gordon. All right. Oh, this is not... Why is there more than one movie called Spiral? I ask of you. Sorry, I didn't type in Spiral from the Book of Saw or whatever the fuck. Okay, here's Jigsaw. I rated this higher than 3D? Or a 6? Or whatever the fuck? No, I'm keeping that there. I don't give a fuck. Spiral, I also gave a 2. I'm comfortable keeping that there. Okay, 10 I also... Oh, 10 is good. I'm keeping 10 in A. I'm keeping 10 in A. 10 does use the Mexico filter, which, it's so lazy. But the other Spiral sequel to The Ring, it is. But there's also a Spiral that came out in, like, 2019. That's like, I don't know, it has, like, the poster's like a house with stuff flying around it. You ever see the parody they did in Venture Bros? I did not. I've never seen Venture Bros, actually. But I would be interested in seeing the parody they did. Okay, so that's everything. I did it? Okay, S tier. Saw 1. and Saw 6. A tier, Saw X and Saw 3. B tier, Saw the short film, Saw 4, Saw 2, and Saw 3D. C tier, we have Saw 5, and D tier, we have Jigsaw and Spiral. Whew. I did it. It's 15 minutes to spare. Man, it feels so good to finally have my freedom and just know.
Congratulations. You've completed the task set before you. But the game isn't over yet. If you want to survive, you must play killer in Dead by Daylight without getting angry. If you don't...
No. Absolutely not. Jigsaw, like, the past, like, few patches of, like, Dead by Daylight's always been bad. Let me make that clear. It's always been bad. But the past few patches have been such dog shit. I finally uninstalled the game for good. I'm not going back. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
But you have to make your choice.
I'm making my choice. I'm making my choice. I choose not to play Dead by Daylight. I would rather, you know, you explode my fucking head or whatever with the Spare Trap than play Dead by Daylight again. It's just, I'm so fucking done. I'm so fucking over it.
I mean, sure. Okay, fine. I won't play with you anyway. God.
Fine. Jeez, I don't want to fucking play Dead by Daylight either. Hey, why does my head kind of...